Hey guys, it's Mariana. Welcome back to my channel. And you may tell what the title is from my next video, and I want to be sharing this with you guys. Now, and the title of the video is called Why Am I So Depressed All the Time? And explain why I'm depressed. I'll try to figure out a title later as you see it on this video. But anyways, I want to be talking to you guys about how I am so depressed all the time, and I sometimes don't really like sharing this out to you guys, but I thought it'd be time to express my feelings to you guys out in the world, and opening up and telling you a little bit more about myself. Now, it's pretty hard for me to explain it because I don't usually like talking about it a lot, because I sometimes tell this to my coworkers every time I'm at work or to my boyfriend, and thank God God found me and Kyle together, because he understands me a whole lot more. Like, God wants us to be together forever, and I want to thank him for that. Thank you, Lord. So anyways, I'm so happy that me and Kyle end up with each other. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I've been telling him a lot about my problems in the past, and that would be how I am so sad all the time and I'm scared all the time. And this happens to me a lot, like when I'm out in public wanting to take a walk somewhere, or when I'm going to work. And this has been happening, like when I'm with Kyle, it's been like almost 2 years now, but it sometimes happens to me like a whole lot more before I even met him. And when I met Kyle, and my whole life completely changed into my life. Like, I don't want to be anywhere else but at his house or at his family's house, and even at my parents' house, because those are the safest places that I can ever think of. Oh, and even to my family's house too. Sorry, I don't want to be all selfish here. So those are the places that I am safe when I'm with him, because it doesn't make me feel all depressed inside, because he's like my bodyguard, he's like my protection, and he's always like the teddy bear of my life that can hold my feelings and let them all out. And I want to thank him for that. And I want to be telling my problems, because I want to be telling him about my problems, because he's been raising 3 kids of his own, but they're not his. They're his little brothers and his little sisters. His little brothers and his little sister that he's been raising for his entire life, and I thank him for that, and I God bless him for that, because his brothers and sisters are just like me when I was growing up. Now, his middle younger brother, Josh, who is 9 years old, he has a severe case of autism. And when I was growing up, my parents thought that I was having the same thing, autism, when I was growing up, because I didn't get along with a lot of people. Plus, I was so creative of myself, of how I wanted to do art and how I wanted to make it look like, and try really hard of it. But it turns out when I was in my mid-teens, I didn't have autism. My parents thought I did, but the doctor told them that I don't. But even though I don't have autism, it's something that I have inside me that I can't really explain. It's kind of like autism that I'm thinking of, that I sometimes get when I'm feeling upset or happy, or wanted to feel happy and wanted to grow up or not grow up inside. I feel nervous a lot. It's something like that, but it's not that at all. And that's who I'm also depressed at too. And another thing that I'm really depressed at is growing up and how I have to grow up. When you grow up, your parents expect you to do more than childish things. Like, I had to grow up really fast, but it doesn't feel like inside of me that I'm growing up. I still feel like I'm this 5-year-old kid who wants to have fun and want to do kindergarten stuff or preschool stuff, like fingerprint. I can't even talk today, I'm sorry. I'm still in my pajamas and it's almost 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm still like this preschooler inside of my soul that is so creative and want to have fun at the same time, and they can do whatever they want. And I feel like I'm like that, plus a little bit of grown-up-ish at the same time. I bet you guys have that too when you're growing up. It's really hard to face the facts. And I'm 21 years old now, and I have to do things that are mostly by myself, like going to the doctors of my own. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I am scared of doctors. Like, I don't know if they're gonna check the insides of you or see what's wrong with you. And to me, I mostly forget a lot when I go get checked out, and I have to face the facts to my parents and stuff like that. It's hard, so hard for me. Like, I don't have anyone there. Like, I told my parents, okay, I'm gonna go to the doctors by myself now. I'll see you later. And sometimes I'm just wrong. I do need someone there with me, even though I'm an adult and they think I can do it by myself. But no, that's not the case. When I go to some places that I had to go get checked out at, like the dentist or like a dermatologist or a doctor, a special doctor, like, I need Kyle. He is the best thing that has ever happened to me. He is like the God that'll take me to heaven and wanted to take good care of me and feed me. Like he wants to be a father, and he's been like a father to his little brothers and his little sisters his entire life. He raised them good, he treats them good, and helps them good. He's been helping his mom out a lot, and I feel so happy for him to do that. I'm very proud of him, and I love him for that, and I want to be with him forever to do that if I ever want to become a mother myself. Now, this is the topic I want to get into next. Now, a lot of us growing up, a lot of women growing up, as they're little girls, they always want to say, oh, I want to be a beautiful mom when I'm grown up. I want to show my kids I can show them this, I can show them that. And yeah, that's how I felt growing up, that as I was a little girl, I always said I wanted to become a mom. But now that I'm all grown up now, I'm thinking like second thoughts. I know this seems pretty crazy, but yeah, I'm getting like thoughts in my mind if I ever want to become a mother in my life. And this is why I'm not sure about this. Now, every time I'm at work, I'm always working in the infants department, and I see little girls or little boys, little kids, and even little babies, and I always think that they're so cute and they have the most beautiful parents. But sometimes I don't see the good parents that when I'm working. I'm always like, uh-oh, is this kid okay? I hear some crying, and I sometimes get all curious, and I go up to them and I ask them, is everything okay, or do you need any help? And they were like, they're okay, and we don't need any help. Or the parents or the mothers, mostly the mothers, always say to me, mind your business, or stay away from my kids. Because I'm always loved kids my entire life, and it's so hard to see a mother showing me how their attitude is like. And I would never want to have that attitude of my kids. Like, if they're being all naughty or bad, I would never spank them, because growing up as a kid, I have been spanked so many times. When I do bad decisions. And when we watch Super Nanny, spanking is never the answer to our kids. Now, into our minds, it feels like if we hit something, it'll make us feel better and let it all out. Now, that's why I think in my head too. If I spank a kid, it'll make us feel better, but it doesn't. It doesn't make us feel better at all. Because when you hit someone, it feels like that you're abusing a young infant, that you grew into your belly for the whole 9 months and you raised it really good. And you have to think of something else instead of spanking them, because spanking is never the answer. It's never going to teach them anything, because if you spank a child, because this is what I mostly learned when I grew up. If you spank a child, it makes them learn that it's okay to hit. It's okay to hit someone else too, or spank anyone when you're growing up, because that's what I thought. But no, I would never ever in my whole life spank a child, because that's why I'm also depressed at too. When I get those thoughts in my mind, I get those crazy thoughts in my mind when I was growing up. I sometimes think of the worst times that I had, like spanking or saying no or getting yelled at, thinking of what did I do wrong, or it was an accident, I didn't mean to. Even if it was just an accident, I still get yelled at in the face, or like sometimes, not all the time, like if this happens multiple times, even though it was an accident. And so yeah, that's another thing. Spanking is what I'm depressed at. Another thing that I'm depressed at is when I go to work and I don't know, like I know I'm supposed to be nice with the customers and all that, and I'm excuse me, that I'm supposed to help them out and see what they want in the store, or if I can help them in anything. And I'm just scared if anyone, like a man, would come up to me or flirt with me, because that's happened to me so many times before when I'm working at Walmart. And even if they don't speak good English, they would have to type it into their phones and say it into their phones. And I was like, no, excuse me. And because they have to know that I'm taken, and I have to say something like I'm married, or I'm engaged, or I'm taken with someone. If you're like that, you can be like me too. And that can also help too. And that would help you to leave them alone. But if that doesn't work, if they're still creeping up on you, you can just tell the manager and stuff like that, and they would have them kicked out. And that's why I'm also scared too. And it's not just work, it could be like somewhere else too, like when I go shopping or when I'm going for a walk. Like, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen to me, and I just wish that Kyle was there with me 24/7, because he is like my bodyguard. He is the love of my life that I want to be with forever, and want to marry him, and want to have, like, I still don't know if I want to have kids, because he's like, I don't know if I want to have kids too, because we're like in the same page, because we're scared too. It's the brothers and sisters first. So anyways, yes, so that's what I'm also scared of. If anyone else comes up and tries to flirt with me, I would call my man and he would kick some serious butt. Another thing that I'm depressed at is when, this is just like what I talked about, but when I'm around people, like around new people, if Kyle or any of my friends say this is my friend, or this is my cousin, or this is him and this is her, I get mostly shy a lot. I get shy so much, and I just get so scared how it's gonna end up, because I just don't like being around people. I just love being around people that I am used to, like my family and his family. It brings me heart and soul and loving God, how we can express our feelings and loving everyone. But to me, I'm sometimes shy around people. Like I want to get through that. It's hard not to be shy when you're being introduced to a bunch of people before. Like, it's used to when you're with the people that you're used to and love into your heart. And I'm just like Kyle's cousin. I can't say her name because I don't know if she watches my channels, and I'm just like her too, but a little bit less what she has. And I just don't want to be, I sometimes don't want to be out if there's a bunch of people. I get shy and I'm scared, like I don't want to be near them. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just am really shy and scared a lot. I get scared all the time. Like, I get scared in the dark. I'm scared if I get bad dreams, and the dreams that I wasn't even expecting. I bet you guys have that too, that you have dreams that wasn't expecting at all and you wish that never came up. But I have some good dreams that I had. Like, just about a few nights ago, I dreamt about I was meeting the new Blue's Clues and You star, Josh Dela Cruz, and that's Kyle's little sister's favorite guy to watch, Josh Dela Cruz. And I told her about him, and I even said I showed him a video of her being so cute and all, and I even told her about him, how I met him, and to my dream. It's like something how you want to make this little kid's dreams come true when you're having the dream in your head, even though you never met them in real life. You met them in your dream, and that's like the best thing. Like, it's hard for me to be around people, but I'm glad that I met him in my dream as a celebrity and as a new friend, and that's really happy for me for that. But still, I'm all depressed and scared when I'm around new people all the time. I swear to God. Another thing that I'm really depressed at is when your parents tell you you need to grow up now, you have to get rid of your toys, you don't play with them anymore, and you have to learn to be more mature. Like, I tried to stand up to my dad because my boyfriend wasn't feeling well just a few days ago, and I wanted to stay over at his house because I love him and I want to take good care of him like a good girlfriend. And I told Dad this. Now, this is the part that really hurts me the most. I told Dad that I want to sleep over at Kyle's house because it's been almost 2 years since we've been together, and Dad told me, no, you're not. And I asked him, like, why? Like, give me a good explanation about that. And he's just finding an excuse why I don't want to. I'm not asking him. I'm telling him. I'm telling him that I want to do it. I am grown. I am 21 years old. Like, he wasn't even, I wasn't even, it's so hard to say it. Trying to stand up to your parents like you can do this on your own, and saying that you want to do this on your own because this is your decision. This is your life. And they just make an excuse why they don't want you to do it because they're just overprotective. And I get that, but it's not their life that they're growing up in again. It's our life. It's our life growing up, because I wanted to take good care of Kyle because he does so many things for me, and I wanted to do something wonderful to him, like make him breakfast in bed and give him good massages and make him feel better. I want to be with him forever because he is my soulmate. But my parents, mostly my dad, I stood up to him. I stood up for myself to him, saying, it doesn't matter, I'm 21 years old. And he was like, all right, bye. And he just had to call my mom and tell her about this. Like, I was so upset of him being a tattletale on me. But I get it that he's a parent. He has to take good care of me. Even though I'm not like a kid, I'm still kind of like a kid inside, and he think that I'm like a kid to him too, but I'm like both. I'm like an adult and a kid, like half and half. But my mom asked me kindly and nicely, like, I want to hear it. Like, I don't like hearing all firm and angry voice. I'm a little tiny kid. Like, sometimes I just have to stand up for myself and know what is right. And that's how I think of myself sometimes. But most of the time, I am like all sad and like all upset. Like, I threw a massive tantrum over it, how my dad had to tell my mom, and how they said I can't stay over there because they think it's too many people. They're wrong. There's not that many people because I love Kyle. I'm always going to keep saying this. I love Kyle. I love Kyle. I love Kyle. I love Kyle. And that's the truth. He's the person that I love, and he understands me. Like, he understands his little brothers and his little sisters growing up. And I just threw like a massive tantrum over it, like a little 2-year-old. Now I'm 20, even though I'm 21, I can still get massive tantrums at things that don't go my way. I know I'm not like talking here, but I'm also sad at. It just makes me feel like I want to hit them or wanted to do something bad to them, but I would never do that to my parents in real life. In my head, it feels like it, but not in real life, not in my heart, because that would even break it more. And I get anxiety attacks when that happens. Like, I freak out a lot, and I can't even breathe properly, and I have gained anxieties when I was young, and it's hard for that to get it all out. Like, you need room to breathe, you need some space to get some chicken and breathing going when you're having that attack. Another thing that I'm depressed at is, I know I'm taking a pretty long time, but I think this is the last one that I want to be talking about. That is my brother. Now, my brother, I've been loving my brother for a very long time now. I mean, he's 18 years old. He's going to be off to college in a few weeks, and I am proud of him for that. But this is the things that depresses me and gets me so sad and angry when I'm with my brother. Even though my brother is younger than me, but it feels like that he's older than me, because what I'm saying is that he acts all mature than me. Like, he doesn't keep any toys in his room or keep any good memories when he's growing up. Well, he sometimes does, but like all Nickelodeon stuff, like Ned's Declassified. Like, I got him the field trip guide back when we were young, because that was like his favorite one growing up, Ned's Declassified, and it's my favorite too. But the thing is, when I'm depressed, it feels like he's more mature and acting like he's the boss of me, and that's what gives me more upsetting than usual. When he's acting all mature and acting like he's the boss of me, it feels like that he's older than me and tells me like what's right or what's wrong, or you can't do this or you can't do that. And I sometimes tell him how I feel, and like, he works more hours than me at Walmart, and I don't, and I haven't been getting that more hours in, and he's been making more money than me. Like, I don't know, I'm not keeping count of whose money has more, but he's been working hard in his entire life, and I feel like that I'm a loser. It feels like that I'm a blob, a loser, all of that. I don't work that much hours. Like, I don't know why they haven't given me more hours. It's because probably COVID or my availability sheet. Like, you have to fill out an availability sheet saying you can work at this time, or when do you think what day will be a perfect day for you to work. And it just hurts me how he keeps saying, you don't work that much hours, or you don't work at all. Like, you have to do this, you have to do this, get a job. It just upsets me. And it annoys me so much how people keep saying, get a job, or do this around the house. Because it's really upsetting. Because I've been working there for almost 3 years now. And it's tough. It's really, really tough how you have to do apparel work. You have to fold every single clothing and making sure that they're neat until the customers make a mess again. And you'll be like, oh my God, I just cleaned that. Why would you make that mess again? And I have been working at Walmart like recently this year for like, I think it's been like 3 months that I haven't been working that much hours, but I have been going to work though. I have been going to work at Walmart and doing my job the times that they want me to come, or it says that I have to come. It's those hours that I go to right now, but in 2 weeks I'm gonna be going to the hours that I'm supposed to work, like more hours. Like, I finally filled out an availability sheet to get my parents to stop saying, get more hours in, or do work. Mostly my brother to stop saying, to do work or do this. You don't work. You don't have a job. It just hurts my heart. Even though I try to ignore what they're saying, how I'm trying to live my life, or how I want to work, it's really, really tough. Like, in my life, I've never wanted to work at Walmart in the first place. I thought it'll be just like right after high school, I'm going to be finding my career, and this is my dream, and this is my life. Because when you're at school and work at the same time, it gets really difficult and hard to do when you have to do homework, and right after that you have to do work, and you're tired, you're hungry, you just want to sleep. And that's what I've been feeling for the past 3 months too. I've been doing a lot of thinking, saying I want to get more hours in to get more money, and when I find a place with me and Kyle. But sometimes in my head I said, but I want to sleep too. But you don't get money for just sleeping. Like, I'm mostly tired a lot, and I just want to be alone. Like, I don't want to be bothered at. I bet you guys thought the same thing too, but no, you have to work to own money. Like, I just say this in my head, a funny thought, like, you can get paid by not working. It's so easy, but that's not the case there. You need to work to own money. It's part of life. It's part of growing up. And that's what I'm mostly hating too, growing up. That really depresses me, because you're not a little kid anymore, and none of your favorite shows on your network doesn't show anymore, because you're all grown up and they need to make new shows now. But yeah, that's what also makes me feel like I'm depressed, and I feel like I'm a loser. And I love doing YouTube, and sometimes I just love working at Walmart. Well, just like a little bit working at Walmart. Like, I don't like cleaning up the messes. Like, I want to express my feelings to you guys out there. I want to show girls and boys, if they're going through like the same thing to me, how they want to live their experience, how they want to live their life growing up, and not like working at a part-time job so they can clean up for people. And I feel like I want to become a model, a role model to you guys. A model for also me too, who's growing up with depression, and I want to show them how they can cheer up, and how God have created a beautiful person who lived in their life, and they can go to heaven when the time is right. And I want to thank you guys for listening to this video. Oh my God, it's been 30 minutes already. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening. How I am feeling so depressed. I hope you guys love this video. Leave a comment down below. What do you think that also makes you depressed when you were growing up, and how people tries to make you all depressed like I have grown up. But anyways, I gotta get through the day. So I want to thank you guys for watching this. Leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to. And we only have a few more days until the Bella Twins' babies to be born. Alright, thank you guys. Love you.